Today is quite a rare day. GTA have brought out 6 different new vehicles for drip feed content. It's the 26th of June, 2025, and the week after the Money Fronts DLC, they brought out 6 new drip feed cars. I think that's everything now minus the drift vehicles, but today I'll be talking about which car you should buy out of these 6. I'm not going to include the Bobcat Security Stockade, so it's going to be 5. And these are all my opinion. And here, we do have all the cars in front of us that are currently released. Again, we are not going to be talking about the Stockade at the back there. First of all, we'll talk about the price. 3.074 million for the Suzume. We have 1.952 million, nearly 2 million for the Cheetah Classic, the LS Car Meet Cheetah Classic. For the Walton L35 stock, 1.3 million. The Drift Walton not being out yet. We have the Minimus at 1.4 million. And we have the Tampa GT at 1.3 million. But firstly, we have the Minimus, another casual car from Rockstar. We have the Suzume, which is an electric supercar, and we have the Tampa GT. And a lot of these, by looking at them, you don't really see the potential until they are driven. The LS Car Meet Cheetah Classic. Before we continue, if you wanted to know if it's customizable, it's not. I try to say that in every video that I show this Cheetah Classic, just so people don't get the false impression. The Walton L35 stock, and again, the drift version is not out yet. It's just the stock. So I'll be showing you all these cars and telling you what I think you should purchase. To be fair, the prices are not crazy, except the 3 million that the Suzume costs. But from these prices, what would I recommend? Let's start off with the L35 stock. The L35 does come with a lot of off-roading modification and bull bar options, side exhaust options, and with fender options as well. You can actually slap on wide arches. But of course, you can't get the wheel to be flush with the arches. It unfortunately is tucked in. And in my opinion, it does look a bit silly when you slap that on, because look at the arches. But without going through every single modification, which I near enough am, I think it has an acceptable amount of modifications. But the one thing I really do like about this is the drivability. I'm going to now put in all the engine upgrades and make this as fast as we can, because already stock, it's fun to drive. We're not going to lower the suspension, because that's a big thing about this car. We are seeing a lot of modifications that are carried over from other vehicles too. The Walton L35, along with a lot of vehicles, has a great dampening. For some reason, these newer vehicles in GTA focus so much on suspension element, and this vehicle is no exception. Check this out. Its ability to like turn corners is crazy for a truck, and the fact that it nearly rolls over doing so makes this vehicle so fun. And it's kind of what you want in a GTA car. You want something that's unique about the car, something that when you get in, it's not like another car. And this thing is really fast for what it is. You don't expect it. When you look at it, especially on the website, you don't think that it's going to be a car that has some speed to it. And it clearly does. And I think it's got great handling. And I'll try and demonstrate that here. Hopefully not crash. And yeah, it's just, you don't expect that from this. With this vehicle, I think that's what you're going to get. You're going to get something you don't expect. So we'll now try the Minimus. It's not the most impressive. It's strange how it has a lot of modifications in certain areas, like the exhaust. And then with the grille as well, it has so many different types of grills. It has 10 different liveries. It has 15 different diffuser options. Again, different textured, so it's not really 15. Has 15 different skirt options, being different textured again. And then 19 different splitter options with different textures. It's just like Rockstar was in a rush with this one, and they want to make it seem like this thing has crazy amount of modifications, which I think they're quite reasonable for this car. But for the price, I think people were expecting individual modifications instead of very generic ones. This is how much you can lower it. So no front bumper options, no rear bumper, just splitters and diffusers. We have the skirts and generic spoilers, but I think they're trying to make it seem like there's a lot more modifications on here by having primary, secondary, and carbon options. It is quite a fast car, again, for what it is. These vehicles in this DLC seem to be quite fast. I think this vehicle will surprise you with speed, but not surprise you in any other way. It's a very civilianized Maxima, and it does drive like a really fast one. Okay, the LS Car Meet Cheetah Classic. Now, normally when you buy this car, you will get the livery option. And this is the only real option that you have, an individual option. So you can remove it, And really, that's the only thing you can do with this car. You can't even make it lower, but I don't think you would want to. It's already got a good stance. I have changed the wheels. So you do normally have Giga Mesh on their stock, but if you do want to change it to the actual Giga Mesh option we get in the game, it does go 1 inch bigger. So the wheel does go 1 inch bigger, giving you a better stance. And of course, then you can change the wheel color. But I guess we get a little hint into there being no modifications. The fact that this is called the LS Car Meet Cheetah Classic. Driving this around in GTA, you'll start to realize the familiarity between this and the Cheetah Classic. And that's because it's got the exact same speed as Cheetah Classic. They've not really changed it. I've timed the Cheetah Classic and the Cheetah LS Car Meet Cheetah Classic, and they got the exact same time, which is slightly disappointing because it shows what effort Rockstar did with tweaking the vehicle. But I'm hoping sometime soon they show us why these LS Car Meet cars exist. There must be something down the line. So with this Suzume, I think the unique feature is how they sculpted a vehicle. Because if you crash this car, if you damage it to an extent, this whole back panel comes off. But that's not the boot lid. The boot lid is here, which shows the batteries, which I find quite cool. Unnecessary added extras. But in terms of the car itself, there will be a ranking that I do, and let's just say this one's not #1 on the ranking. We have loads of different hood options, and again, like the Maximus, we have 3 different types of hood options to make it look like we have 18 different options. But yeah, we've got them in different textures. We have a few liveries, and only a few. The rear diffuser has its own styling. I must say it's quite unique. But then the other options are quite generic, even though they stick out a lot because this car has that design feature. You've got skirt options. You've got splitter options, which are not crazy compared to the back diffuser. And you have 16 different spoiler options, which is good. But then this does have an adaptable spoiler, so some people might not want to put spoiler option. It still does have the bug sun strip, where the sun strip will sit between your seat. So right there, where my shoulder is, you'll see the sun strip going between my seat and the passenger seat. The suspension, the trunk door, you can change. And that's really it. And it's not uncommon to see this in GTA with that lack of modifications. But for 3 million, come on Rockstar, for 3 million, I think this needs more. And yeah, that adaptable spoiler is probably one of the best features about this car. And the sound as well. The sound has got that build-up electric motor sound. But no way do I think this is worth 3 million. But if you're really into your electric super hypercars, I guess you might have a different take on this. The Tampa GT. And I'm not going to spoil the video. I guess I'm near the end of it. But this is my #1 recommended. A lot of people probably thought I picked the LS Car Meet Cheetah Classic as #1. But no, it's this. But there's so many cool things about this car. It is HSW. I've already HSW upgraded it. I wish there could have been some different exhaust options. Having carbon tips is a bit strange on a classic muscle car, but it's carbon wrapped tips. And we have carbon wrapped chrome tips. We have quite a few grille options, not completely unique to each other. We have hood options. Classic muscle car, but we do have some unique vents. We have a few livery options, roof options, spoiler too. And the most, I guess, fun part for me is the drivability of this car. We have suspension options. I don't want to change that. This car, you will know that it's not the ordinary type car when you first buy it, even before you HSW upgrade it. It has so much torque for its stock variant, but then you can HSW upgrade it. This is not low grip tires. This is just this car. The body roll, I love it. Now this car does have the ability to wheelie, but it's one of the harder vehicles to do so in. When you don't have HSW, it's quite simple and easy, but after you've applied HSW, this thing just has too much power. And one thing I love as well, the HSW badge is not in your face and it's not ruining the look of the car. That's one thing I don't like about a few cars. And look how tiny the HSW thing is. I know people are going to think it's corny when I say a car's got character, but this just does. I think this car has to be one of the more encouraging cars to drive in GTA. And it's like the Arbiter GT. I still, to this day, have so much fun in the Arbiter GT, and I see myself having fun in this. And I think it's easier to handle than the Arbiter GT. It's just got so much torque, it's crazy. The Arbiter GT was in a unique category, but now we've got a car to join it, and I'm glad we do. I feel like I'm in a movie from the 70s. So, first of all, I think on top of the list comes the Tampa GT, even if you don't put HSW on this is a fun car. And I would say definitely buy this car. Second for me comes the LS Car Meet Cheetah Classic. For those people who love modifying cars and making a few, I guess you won't get that variety, but this is still a good buy. Number 3 comes the Walton L35. I love the handling on this thing. It does have a few modifications, and it's a little peek into what the L35 drift will be. It's not a full-on recommendation. I think there are a lot more civilianized cars now that you got to choose from, like the Astro GZ. So the Minimus at 1.4 million, I wouldn't really recommend it unless you have one in real life or you just like the car in general. And then finally to Suzume, I would not recommend 3 million. There's so many similar hypercars in the game, or supercars, and 3 million sets you up for a lot of better cars. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you did agree with my list, please do let me know. That's if you've driven them all, but then I guess you wouldn't be watching this video. But yeah, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.